Heyo everyone, Misha B. Barkin here. This video is a bit different, and it's going to be diving into something and someone who has surprisingly not been talked about much here on YouTube. Also, I recently found out that my nephew watches my videos, so hi to him, and you should probably click off this video. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about the big and round individual known as Diezel Raccoon, and how he came to be known and hated within the furry community. Every villain has an origin story, so who exactly is Diezel Raccoon? Diezel is, unsurprisingly, a raccoon who resides in the state of Texas and has been a part of the furry community for seemingly a decade or more. His first videos on YouTube are from MFF 2010, as seen here. He's become much more known in furry Twitter, as he posts a lot of the crazy liberals and the loony lefts constantly spouting pro-Trump, anti-trans rhetoric, and preaching about Fox News and Breitbart as if they were the Holy Bible. He's been making racist and transphobic posts and engaged regularly with people who do the same. This all came to an exponential head as of late, with some developments to the story that you absolutely love to see. Diezel's known for many things, and has many accounts. For starters, his main Twitter and YouTube accounts are Diezel Raccoon, but he also has a political account in 2016 known as Political... Quick note in the video, any of the racial slurs I'm not saying and censoring, there's just silence there in the raw recording. This account was around the era of when Trump came to power, but was quickly abandoned. I'm really unsure of why. Anyways, he made another political account recently, like a few months ago, named Furry Patriot, but this account has since been deleted. The new political account was not any better than his old one, and contained the same racist and transphobic rhetoric that we've seen out of Diezel's page. It seems as though he wanted to create the separate page so that he could have less political clutter on his main account, but to be honest, it just meant that anyone had access to the political account. I was blocked by Diezel, but I was able to roam around freely on his political account and get a bunch of screenshots and such. He also has a locked baby fur account, which has a slur in the name, so that's pretty neat. Now, just to preface, I try not to kink shame. If you like diapers, then by all means, more power to you. But I see the word cub, and while I can't see what's in the account because it's locked, cub is a kink that is simply not okay. Literally drawn and that's not a kink, that's f***ed up. Drawing your Sona as a child and having it be safe for work? Sure, by all means, boss. Having it be 18 plus? Diezel also has a fur affinity, but it looks like it hasn't been used in about 2 years. It's also pretty extreme and very not safe for work. One of the main kinks on the page seems to be humiliation, which, considering he keeps propelling himself to be the laughing stock of the community, yeah, that checks out. Lastly is his Telegram, which I won't share because I don't know it, and some people have their phone numbers tied to their Telegram, so that could fall under doxing or whatnot, and I just don't want to share it. Anyways, the name of it isn't really that important. What is important is the name of the group that he's a part of, the Furry Raiders. So who are the Furry Raiders? The Furry Raiders claim that their mission is to help build a stronger community with projects that challenge social obstacles while encouraging personal creativity and expression. This is not the case. In reality, they're a bunch of alt-right furs who just kind of jerk each other off about how much they're for free speech and how much they love Trump. It's really no surprise Diezel feels right at home in this group. I mean, come on, just look at their 10th anniversary image. A bunch of them have an armband with a paw that looks eerily similar to a certain other armband. This one's dressed as a German soldier with an MP40. Like, come on, dude, at least hide it. Anyways, this is relevant because Diezel can be seen talking to them in these screenshots. He even defended Kiro in this chat because cancel culture. Here he is posting the letter stated that he's banned. More on that later. So it's just wild that he thinks he's in the good timeline of all this while continuing to spout racist and transphobic things on Twitter and in chat. If he's willing to post these things in the public eye, who knows what he's saying behind closed doors. Alright, time to talk about something a bit more fun. Diezel Raccoon has his very own meme, yay! It started around the time of January 6th, which if you aren't an American viewer and or just aren't aware, that was the day the Capitol riots took place. Diezel and someone who he apparently thought was his friend at the time, a person by the name of Star Raccoon, says, "A coup was attempted to overthrow the government and install a dictator as the leader of this country." To which Diezel replied, "I like you deeply as a friend, and I'm gonna choose not even to respond to that." Say the line, Diezel! Inflates you, making you big and round. Yeah! This didn't catch on right away, but when Rush Limbaugh died, and Pepper Coyote made a post about it celebrating, Diezel Raccoon quote-tweeted it saying, "Hey Furfest, Anthrocon, and Furry Fiesta might want to actually I want to do a Alex Jones voice. Hey Furfest, Anthrocon, and Furry Fiesta might want to rethink having this person as an entertainer at your conventions when he celebrates other deaths that he disagrees with." My Alex Jones impression sucks. Now, it's unclear who exactly started it, and it's since been deleted, so I don't have an exact number on it, but there were hundreds of replies that just said, "Inflates you, making you big and round." Some of them were in different languages, there were quote tweets, videos made. And much more. Hell, I even bought a ribbon recently that says "Inflate you, making you big and round" from Star Raccoon himself. So started the meme, one of our first big furry memes of 2021. Some would say it's pretty big and round. Okay, come on, it wasn't even that bad. Okay, fine, alright, shut up! I won't make any more inflation jokes. This meme was pretty widespread in the one instance, but people kind of forgot about it, or stuffed it in their back pocket to use sparingly when Diezel made an especially bad take. Only recently has it been more widely posted. I've been seeing it everywhere on every bad take in the furry community. So widely, in fact, that it's now cemented in history on the popular meme archive site, Know Your Meme. Congratulations, Diezel, you've become the inflated laughingstock of the furry community. Anyways, talk is talk, but let's read some especially shitty takes Diezel's had, yeah? Cons need to take place. If you don't want to go, then don't go, but stop ruining it for the rest of us that want to go. Have a good time and not live in a freaking box. COVID might, on an overly extreme minority level, kill you, but some STDs and HIV is forever. Think about that. For my years in the fandom, many have always called me... I do not view that as racist at all to say, because you are not using it in the context of trying to insult someone of color. So this idea that we cannot say it, I find to be ridiculous, because he's definitely the judge of that. And to add to this, last week I had to take another worker home who happened to be black. Just happened to be black. And is a swell guy, and a raccoon ran across the road, and he said, "There's a that just ran across the road." I found it funny he said that. Is it wrong for me to feel just a bit nervous when I'm at Walmart late at night surrounded by all black people? I'm not racist. I'd say I feel nervous when I'm at Walmart late at night, no matter who I'm surrounded by. Walmart has that effect on me. I just feel like they're all watching me. One more reason to carry my gun. Jesus Christ, dude. Here's my take on Kiro the Wolf. Furs went after me for simply being a conservative and voting Trump. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. I don't condone if he did what people say, but I don't know the truth. Only he does, and if he did, then he has to deal with that on his conscience and answer to God one day. I do know furry Twitter can be very toxic, and people can be so vile to others. That is what I do know, because again, it happened to me and still does. I again don't condone if he did what people say, but I don't know the truth. Yeah, it's not like there's a plethora of evidence out there that people are just ignoring. This was all addressed by experts in the trial. The reason you see these actions as acceptable is because you are a white supremacist. But you don't have to be like this forever. You can get help. If I could reach through this tweet and give you a black eye for calling me that, I would do it in 2 seconds, you asshole, but I'd rather waste my energy on something more productive. Well, we got an internet tough guy on our hands. Oh boy. Aren't you gay? No, I don't claim to be anything. I'm a God-fearing, constitutional-loving patriot for my country that just so happens to have a guy as a mate that I consider my opinion. I don't need labels on me. Alabama legislator passes bills banning biological males from girls' sports in K-12 schools. Good, I've got no problem with trans people, but don't expect that you are gonna get everything you want and destroy women's sports. Just hold on to that phrase for the next few posts. I don't have a problem with trans people, okay? I'd rather be what the left calls a right-winger clinging to my guns rather than a leftist that clings to mutilating their own genitalia and their little gender social studies. Senate confirms transgender Biden nominee Rachel Levine an assistant health secretary. I'm sorry, but this is disgusting. This man has no place in this position since they are perfectly okay with young teens wanting to mutilate their body and change to something they are not. No, I don't hate trans people, but I do not support this idea of changing yourself. So you hate trans people, is what I'm hearing. And of course, a classic vine from Diezel Raccoon.
Is that chicken?
No, you this is my chicken.
Oh, hell no, this is my chicken.
Anyways, so what's the latest in the saga? The script was finished on Monday, May 3rd, 2021, so this will be the current situation with Diezel as of that day. On April 26, 2021, Diezel Raccoon received a letter from the Texas Furry Fiesta's head of security, Pestilence, stating, "Dear Diezel, Creature Arts and our events Texas Furry Fiesta and Texas Furry Siesta endeavor to deliver quality events to our attendees and keep the environment in our events safe, friendly, and fun. We hold ourselves to high standards of ethical conduct to ensure our visiting attendees feel welcome. Your statement online and social media are inconsistent with these efforts and inconsistent with our stated anti-harassment and anti-discrimination policies. As such, we have determined that you will not be permitted to attend Creature Arts events. Effective this date, you are prohibited from entering the premises or attending Texas Furry Fiesta at the address, or Texas Furry Siesta at this other address." A quick note, I didn't know this, Texas Furry Siesta is actually a sister company to Texas Furry Fiesta, which is a lot more local. I guess it's a smaller thing. Anyway, this prohibition remains in force indefinitely. Should you attempt to enter either event venue, We will contact law enforcement personnel to secure your expulsion. This decision is final. You may appeal writing in 2026. So yeah, he's been banned from both Texas Furry Fiesta and Texas Furry Siesta until 2026, seemingly no debate. This is an absolutely wild development, and I was shocked when it happened. That being said, I absolutely agree with their decision, and I hope they do this with other furries who have shared similar strongly hateful takes. It's impossible for people of minority groups to be in the same room as someone who has transphobic, homophobic, or racist take, and have them feel safe. Now, some would argue that this is a slippery slope, and that pretty soon we'll be banning all speech and opinions that aren't far left. But this is just fear-mongering at most. There's a huge difference between differences of opinion and actively speaking against equal rights for fellow members of this community, and I expect and trust con leaders to know the difference. On April 27th, Diezel released a tweet thread apologizing for the tweets we looked at earlier, stating, "I want to clarify this again. On 4/5/15, I said something that was racist. I did not intend to make it sound like it did." Bro, this is so bad. How could you not look at this and think, man, this sounds pretty messed up? Anyways, I did not intend to make it sound like it did, and this is my fault, and I do apologize for that and ask forgiveness. What I said over 6 years ago is not who I am today, regardless of political stances. I've had the amazing opportunity to work with many people all over the country of all races, and have come to admire many. While I made mistakes in the past, or my stance on issues may be different from the overall fandom, I can tell you that I judge by character and not color. I may not agree with people on certain issues regardless if it's different types of movements or trans, but that does not mean I wish them to not exist. I just ask that people look past something I said years back and my stance on certain issues and get to know me and see me for me. I don't know what good this tweet will do, but I found it in my heart today to just get out and explain. I want all of us to look past our mistakes and rather than argue out our differences, celebrate them because we are all different and unique even if we disagree with each other. See, there's a difference between difference of opinion and just absolutely shitting on minority groups for being minorities. That's not an opinion, that's being an ass. So the weekend of May 1st, I took a 2-day break off of social media and off working on video stuff, so I'm just getting caught up on the Diezel updates as of Sunday night, and whew, there's a lot of them. It appears that over the weekend he's unblocked myself, and I assume everyone else as well. On April 30th, Diezel uploaded an apology video and also posted an apology on Twitter. Now, I won't be reviewing nor really talking about the apology video, but here's the Twitter apology. Back to Twitter. I can't find the second apology right now, but basically it goes over more of a wide spectrum of apologizing for everything he said as opposed to just that one event back in 2015. So yeah, I feel so good today. When I was on my run, I was doing some self-reflecting on things I've said in the past that were racist or discriminated against trans. The fact is, we should all be free from judgment in the fandom. I can totally see how many were upset with me because I was saying things that attack them when they came to the fandom for acceptance and should be loved, and I violated that. I feel so energized that I see now, and I am eager to keep an open mind. You all are awesome. Everyone is awesome no matter who they are. So he's apologized multiple times and about various topics, so where does this leave us? That's a simple question. Actions speak louder than words. It appears that he's recognized what he's said and done is wrong and harmful, and this is a start. But once more, these are just words. It's easy to lie and say you've changed and turned anew, only to still continue the toxic actions and behaviors behind closed doors. People are stating that he's only doing this because he got banned from TFF, and while this is true, using this as a weapon against him isn't really the right call in my opinion. Maybe this ban was the wake-up call he needed. Maybe he really did self-evaluate and realize that, hey, what I'm saying is wrong and awful. But once more, words are just words. It's a stretch, but if Diezel happens to see this, if you truly mean what you said, then you need to act like it. You also need to recognize the damage you have done by speaking such hateful words for so long. You've been spitting venom towards the most vulnerable members of this community for years on end, so you proving you've really changed for the better will be an uphill battle. I want to believe that you're trying to change for the better. As it stands currently, I don't. I want to believe that you've looked at your own words and realized just what you've been saying for years. Some people will never forgive you, and that is their right to do so. You need to recognize this. The things you've said have caused some wounds that can't be healed with a simple apology. Some of these things have caused scars that can't be taken back. I personally hope you're trying. I hope you come around and look at this moment in time as a motivation to change, and to change for the better. Your name in the community is not good, and hell, it might not ever rise back to an acceptable point, but I truly hope you're willing to try and make amends with what you've said, and move forward advocating and supporting equality for all people. It's never too late to change your heart for the better. It's been a hot minute since I've done a video to this length and depth. I just want to take a quick moment to thank some people for helping me with the research and such. So thanks so much to Toby Larone, Chi, and Simple Nix for sending me info and such for this video. This couldn't have been done without you. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about the situation and originally had it scheduled for late June, I think, but these recent developments, especially this last weekend, made me push the video way up in the schedule. I just wanted to talk about the whole situation in its entirety and what had occurred recently. Anyways, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye! It's a stretch, but if Diezel happens to see this, if you truly mean what you said, then you need to act like it. You also need to recognize the damage you have done by speaking such hateful words for so long. You've been spitting venom towards the most vulnerable members of this community for years on end, so you proving you've really changed for the better will be an uphill battle. I want to believe that you're trying to change for the better. As it stands currently, I don't. I want to believe that you've looked at your own words and realized just what you've been saying for years. Sad news, Diezel Raccoon found inside hate chat, still doing the same stuff he caught trouble for even after he claimed to do better. We even reached out twice to give him a chance to explain, but he didn't. Hey Diezel, what are you doing in life, liberty, and furry? I thought you wanted to do better. I pray for an insurrection. I pray for a true insurrection. Keep poking the bear, one day there will be a true insurrection. Diezel then references the Jefferson quote about watering the tree of liberty with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Oh my god, don't believe me? Here's Diezel saying it himself.
Yeah, how fucking obvious and convenient. Never mind the fact that Antifa and Black Lives Matter have been burning down our fucking cities this last year. Oh no, let's focus on the January 6th insurrection. Help us find these people. This government is so fucking twisted, it makes me vomit every day I get up. They think that's an insurrection? No. I pray for an insurrection. I pray for a true insurrection. I pray for the patriot. Those weren't patriots. Those were, we all know that was orchestrated by the freaking left, by Antifa, dressed up as a bunch of Trump supporters. Now, there were some Trump people that got caught into it, true Trump people, but they think that's an insurrection? No. Keep poking the bear. One day, there will be a true insurrection. And when Thomas Jefferson said the blood of patriots, or the tree of liberty must be refreshed at time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants, they're going to see what a freaking insurrection is when they keep fucking us around.